Hi, I'm Alec and Cremona, and this is my presentation on the dangers of COVID-19. Don't be an ass, wear a mask. I'd like to start off by asking how many of you in the audience have a grandparent or a younger sibling that you care for? I'd say the odds of this are pretty likely, and if you contract COVID-19, you are putting their lives in great danger because you have a good immune system, they do not. If they get COVID-19, there's a very high risk of them dying to it. I'm an advocate for mask wearing and social distancing as well. There is no reason to not be an advocate for these things. I've read much on the topics, and as I work in customer service, I see my coworkers contract COVID all the time because customers not following protocol and themselves not following protocol. It doesn't need to be as big of a problem as it is. If you contract COVID-19 and you give it to your grandparents, they could go from being around every day to being 6 feet under. I think I speak for all of us when I say, I don't want this, and you don't want this. As of November, the US has had 244,332 deaths. This number is going up every day. It doesn't need to be as big of a problem as it is. As long as we follow the protocols, we can make COVID-19 a problem of the past. Now, how does COVID-19 affect your body? If you contract COVID-19, you will have a risk of getting fevers, difficulty breathing, body aches, headaches, nausea, loss of taste, loss of smell, and diarrhea. The way you could die through COVID-19 is leaky blood cells and blood clots in your body. White blood cells are often misdirected due to COVID-19, and in doing so, they will attack your healthy organs and inflame them. This can cause failure of your kidney, of your lungs, of your heart, and your intestines. Typically, this is your heart it attacks. It is mostly a respiratory-related virus. So if you smoke, or if your parents smoke, or anyone near you, they smoke, if they contract COVID-19, there is a high risk of them dying, higher than usual. I know for me personally, my mom smokes, so I want to make sure I never get COVID-19. Now that we know how COVID-19 attacks your body and the symptoms of it, how do we prevent getting it? Well, it's pretty simple. You just need to wash your hands. 20 seconds every time you wash your hands is the proper amount of time. That would help with the germs on your hands. Always wash your hands after sneezing, after coughing, and always carry around hand sanitizer. So important. You got to make sure you're using hand sanitizer all the time. Social distancing is also extremely important. Keeping 6 feet apart from you and everyone around you when you are in a public area. Also, if you could just avoid crowded areas altogether, that would be great. Crowded areas are a rich environment for contracting COVID-19. If you or somebody in your family member gets COVID-19, you must quarantine, you must stay away from them. That is very important. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. And then, of course, wearing a mask. Always wear a mask over your nose, not below your nose. That defeats the purpose of a mask. Always keep the mask on whenever you cough and you sneeze. This is very important. I've seen other people bring it down when they sneeze and then sneeze into their arm. That's not safe. Don't do that. Now, why does the United States struggle so much with COVID-19 compared to other states, for example? Compared to other countries? Many states lifted the quarantine status for one, and when this happened, this caused a mass misinterpretation that COVID-19 was no longer a threat. This could not be further from the truth. It is becoming more and more of a threat. Also, many people in the population were tired of the quarantine status and staying into their house, and they didn't care about following the regulations anymore and not social gathering. This also caused cases of COVID-19 to skyrocket, and transmission went way up. It is higher than it's ever been now. The second reason is COVID-19 is also a political problem. The regulations of COVID-19 are different wherever you go. This is because the national government, the state government, and the local government all have different regulations surrounding the COVID-19. It is very inconsistent. Some locations are worse at containing the virus, and because of this, when when the people in those states contract COVID-19, they will travel to other states, and then the other states that may be better at containing COVID-19 will get it themselves. The third reason is the US was also very slow to react to the news of the pandemic. They did not ramp up testing and other containment tools that would have helped prevent the transmission of COVID-19. Certain countries such as Italy, Spain, Belgium, and the UK reacted similar to how the United States did, and because of that, they also struggle with COVID-19 as much as we do. We must prevent the transmission of COVID-19, or we will be struggling with it far into the foreseeable future. If we take action today, if we are patient today, if we stop going outside, there is so much less likely of a chance that we will be struggling with COVID-19 in the future. So again, my main points were avoid contracting COVID-19 because it is a risk to you and everybody you love. Avoid transmitting it, and then I also went over what the symptoms are. And then there's, of course, why the United States struggles more than other countries. My call to action would be to wear a mask all the time whenever you're outside of your house. Get tested regularly to make sure you don't have COVID-19, because if you're asymptomatic, you won't be able to tell. And avoid crowded locations as much as possible. If you follow all of these to avoid getting COVID-19, I personally will wear a mask 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I will always wear a mask. Thank you for watching.